Hey guys, so this week we're going to focus on angles and finding the missing angles in our angle relationships. So right now I'm going to do a little review over the different types of angles we learned about. So the first type was the vertical angles, and we called these the kissing V's. You remember they are equal to each other. They're directly across from each other. So if this angle is 40 degrees, then they're called the kissing V's because they share that vertex, and the opposite angle is also 40 degrees. Okay, so if this one was 140 degrees, then the one directly across from it that shares the vertex but not a side, that one would also be 140 degrees. So those are vertical angles. The next one we talked about is corresponding angles. And corresponding angles, I told you, like we use the examples of the desk. If I picked the four desks up and put them down in the same place, then the angle would be in the same exact location. So on the transversal line, which remember that's the line that cuts through two parallel lines, these angles are equal to each other, located in the same place. So if this angle is 70 degrees, then in the same location down the transversal line, this angle is 70 degrees. Okay, those are corresponding. Now we know that vertical again was the one directly across, so this one would be 70 degrees also, and it would correspond down here, which would be 70 degrees. So just to make sure those are in the same location down the transversal line. So we have vertical, which are directly across, corresponding, which are just slid down in the same place. And then we have our supplementary angles, which add up to be a straight line, which is 180 degrees. Remember, that's our magic number in these. And a straight line is split by other lines. So like this angle right here, sorry guys, my marker's a little off. Then that straight line was split by this line right here. So if this was 128 degrees, whatever this angle was has to add up to 180. So you could have done 180 minus 128 to figure out that this is 52 degrees. A complementary angle, that's right angles that have been split. So if this is a right angle, remember that little box right there, that you have your right angle, but a lot of times they don't put 90, they just put this little box. Okay, that means 90 degrees. But if it's been split, then you know that, okay, these two have to add together to get 90 degrees. They have to, in order to be a complementary angle. So 52 plus 38 does give you that 90 degrees right there. Okay, so even if we go backwards and we look at at our corresponding angles, our vertical angles, but we could even do our supplementary angle. We could do 180, because it's a straight line, minus 70 to get what this angle is, which is 110. And that angle is directly across, so vertical, from this one, right? So added together, that 70 and that 110 gives you the supplementary angles. So what I want you to do, and I'm going to have the video pause and you're going to answer some of these, is I'm going to give you one angle degree. So I'm going to make this one 134 degrees. And I want you to draw it on a paper or however and tell me what all these other angles are going to be. And I want to know different relationships with them. So your questions aren't just going to be what number is this, but what angle relationships are being used here. So the first thing I did was I noticed, okay, this is vertical. So angle 1 is vertical to angle 4. So that is 134 degrees. Okay. Also notice that angle 4 is corresponding to angle 8. So those are in the same location. So that means that this is also 134 degrees. Which also means that vertically, 8 and 5 are vertical to each other, and that's 134 degrees. So I have all the 134 degrees I'm going to have. And then I need to figure out the other 4 angles. So because I know that angle 1 and angle 2 make that straight line, not the line I drew, that straight line right there. I know they have to add up to 180 degrees. So I would take my 180 and subtract 134 very carefully with this mouse. And when I do that, I get 6. That's a 7. So 7 minus 3 is 4, and you get 46 degrees. Okay, so supplementary angle to angle 1 is 46 degrees. Now, because of my other angle relationships, I can figure out the other 3 angles. Angle 2 is vertical to angle 3. Angle 3 corresponds to angle 7. And angle 7 is vertical to angle 6. And there you go. You found all of your angle measurements. Now remember, with corresponding angles and such like that, these 2 lines have to be parallel. That means they can't touch ever. And then this one transversal line is cut through that. So I also want to review a little bit with triangles, just because they kind of go together. I want to talk about different angle relationships. And also our triangle, that magic number is 180 degrees as well. So if I know that all 3 of these angles will add up to 180 degrees, you add the 2 together that are there. So 70 plus 60 is 130. And I know that, okay, I have to get this up to 180 degrees. So I'll just do 180 minus 130 and get 50. So the missing angle in the triangle is 50 degrees. And if you want to check, you can just add all 3 of them together and you'll see that you will get that 180 degrees. Whoops. All right. Last one we'll go over for this. So you may look at it and you may say, Ms. Osby, there's only one angle that's shown, but that's not true. Remember that box. What does the box mean? It's a 90-degree angle. So I have 90 degrees and 63 degrees, and I don't know what angle A is. So I'm going to go 90 plus 63. Again, you can use your calculator. I'm just using mental math. Well, I'm working it out, not necessarily mental math right now. And that's 153. But remember, that's not the angle measurement. That's what you've used out of your 180. So you've got to take that 180 minus the 153. And when you subtract that out, 10 minus 3 is 7. 7 minus 5 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. So angle A is 27 degrees. Okay? So make sure that if you need to rewatch this, you just need to refresh your brain on those angle relationships. You do that. If you have any questions this week on anything, message me, private message me on your assignment on Google Classroom. I'll do a video chat with you. I'll set up a time for you and some of your friends to do like a whole chat together just to refresh your brain or just help you out on your assignments, okay? Just make sure you do your best. Bye.